Dear friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. We're on the secular New Year, the first day of 2026. And anytime something new starts, especially the world counts to this day, the secular world. So we want to fill it with holiness. And I'm very proud to share that today, and as well as last Thursday, December 25th, our Chabad house was full of holiness as people came to spend 3 hours to dive into the study of Torah. We had over 40 people last week and over 50 people this week. It was incredible to see. And as I was witnessing and as I was teaching, it hit me that this is very connected to our Torah portion of this week, Vayechi. Vayechi is the final portion of the first book of the Torah. And in Vayechi, we talk about Yaakov Avinu, our forefather Jacob, passing away. And the Torah tells us, Vayechi Yaakov. Yaakov lived in Egypt 17 years, but these were the best years of his life. And one of the reasons we are told, is passed down from the Tzemach Tzedek, the story that happened with him when he was a child. It was told by his grandfather that when Yaakov was able to see how his children have established Torah centers in Egypt, and they're studying and they're committed to the teachings and the learning of Torah, that's when he first lived. That's when he knew that whatever he sacrificed himself for God and for Judaism, is going to pass on even in darker places, even in the Egypts of the world, the immoral places where they don't believe in God, or they don't follow God's ways, but the Jewish people will bring God everywhere. So to take a day that people usually laze around and to turn it into a day of studying Torah, it's powerful. And that's how we lift up and elevate the world and bring more light to the world in our days. And I want to share one of the things we discussed, very connected to our portion as well, as Yaakov blessed his children. And in blessing his children, Yaakov compares half of them to animals. Now, why is Yaakov comparing them to an animal? You know, it's not like every country has a bird or something they associate themselves with. The Jewish people don't have to be associated with animals. We're associated with God, with Torah, with the mitzvahs. Why does he compare them to animals? So we are told that he compared them to animals connected to a specific characteristic that these animals have, where he saw in that particular child of his that they have that characteristic. And he wanted to amplify to each of his children that characteristic that they have, to tell them that you have to use this in serving Hashem. And one of the things we learned about is you have to know yourself. And a person has to really be honest. And very often you need a mentor, a mashpia, someone who can help you discover what your real strengths are. What are the special qualities and characteristics and talents and skills that Hashem had blessed you with? And get to know them. And know that they were given to you to be able to be a better Jew. To serve God's purpose here. To bring God in another way. And the Rebbe was very known to constantly emphasize this when he met people who were artists and the singers, and even when he met Miss Israel, a beauty pageant, which is vain and meaningless, but yet he tried to show in everyone how you have to use the gift God had given you to be able to spread godliness more, to be able to bring more kedusha, more holiness. And so to every one of us in our lives, we were put here by God with something unique that we can do for the world, to bring the world to a better place and to bring more light into this world that is unique to us. Find it, uncover your great gift, and let it shine. Make it shine. And I want God to bless you all with only the best. All the blessings you wish and deserve. We love you all. Shabbat Shalom. And a Shabbat Chazak, Shabbat of strength, triple strength. Candlelighting time in Montreal, 4:05 p.m.